Good morning friends, welcome to Shekhan Pre-Market Roundup. Firstly on the global markets, yesterday when we closed, most of the European markets were trading up around 3 to 4% across the board, whereas the American markets were showing a positive opening by around 2.5 to 3% for Dow Jones, Nasdaq and S&P, all three. But finally by end of the day, although the European market closed up around 4 to 5% across the board, the American markets gave up all the gain, and with Dow closing down around 1.1%, 1.3%, that is down around 210 points, whereas the Nasdaq and S&P also closed in red. Coming to our markets, we saw a lot of volatility yesterday. We opened up around 100 points on Nifty and 300 points on Sensex, but by mid-noon we were down almost 75 to 80 points on Nifty and around 300 points on Sensex. From there on, we saw a slow recovery coming into our markets, with Nifty finally closing up around 80 points at 7880 round levels, whereas Bank Nifty was a huge gainer yesterday by around 2.5% and closed at 17,200 levels for spot and futures. FIIs were net seller around 2,080 crore rupees in cash market yesterday, whereas domestic institutional investors were buyer around 1965 crore rupees in cash market. FIIs and index futures were buyer around 1,000 crore rupees. FIIs and index future options were seller by around 2,000 crore rupees, and FIIs in stock futures were buyer around 1,200 plus crore rupees. Coming to our markets for today, as most of the Asia is trading in red by around 1.5% across the board, we are expecting a negative opening for our markets as well, somewhere around 75 to 80 points for Nifty on the lower side. Now let's hear on derivatives.
Good morning friends, we'll give analysis on derivatives. In yesterday's market, we have seen Nifty, despite a negative cues from the international market, that is from the US market, we have seen Nifty opening up with a positive bias, and that with a gap up opening of around 70-80 points. And later on, however, we have seen Nifty being in certain volatility kind of a range, where it oscillated between negative and positive territory, in line with the other international markets. But however, in the last 1 hour of trade, we have seen Nifty posting a sharp recovery. From the low of around 7670 levels, we have seen Nifty again posting a sharp recovery and managing to cross 7900 levels and closing just below 7900, 7896.20 with around 1.15% of gain. Now in the open interest terms, we have seen around 7% addition in open interest in Nifty, that is around 16.65 lakh shares were added in open interest. However, cost of carry has also improved from 4.04% to 35.89%, indicating some kind of long positions was been built up by market participants. Nifty premium also shoot up by around 15 odd points, which is a positive sign where we have seen some kind of long participation in the markets. While put call ratio, after hitting some kind of support of around 0.74, 0.76, which we have spoken in our yesterday's presentation, we have seen some kind of upside in put call ratio of around 2 odd basis point from 0.76 to 0.78, in line with the market going up. While volatility index have now cooled off after seeing a sharp upside in volatility index in yesterday's trade, we have seen some kind of cooling off in volatility index by around 4.5% at 26.85. Now the options activity, since we are just 2 days, we are just 2 days on the expiry. On options activity, 8000 call option has seen an addition of around 22% of open interest, and it continues to act as a stiff resistance for our market for this expiry. We might see expiry anywhere around 8000 levels, because in last couple of trading sessions we have seen significant pile up of call option, and we do feel most of the build up in the call option which we have seen in especially in the yesterday's trade was on the longer side. So look out for 7950, 8000 levels for the expiry. 7900 call option have seen some kind of unwinding, since market have seen sharp recovery in last 1 hour of trade. We have seen some unwinding in 7900 call option. However, 7000 input option, 7700 and 7800 strike price has seen an addition of around 52% and 12% respectively. Now, seeing the derivatives data and the options activity, we might since today also, in line with the negative cues of international markets, our markets are also expected to open on a lower side, that is around 70-80 odd point loss. But we do feel that we might see bounce back anywhere around 7,800 odd levels, where 7,800 could act as a crucial support for our market and can see a bounce back, and also is an highest in terms of open interest. So we might see Nifty taking support at around that level and can see some kind of bounce back. So watch out for that level, and can market participants can initiate a long positions around that level. There is only one securities in buying period for today's trade, that is Jindal Steel. On FIS terms, in yesterday's, in line with the market going up, we have seen in participation of FIS equally. They were net buyers of 1025 crores, and the open interest of FIS went up by around 7 to 8 percentage, indicating some kind of long positions was built up by FIS in yesterday's trade. In index options, there were net sellers of 2098 crores, while stock futures, there were net buyers of 1300 crores, and stock options, there were net buyers of 9 crores only. Our 5-day wave stands at 8180 with a lower range at 7800, which could act as a crucial support for our market in today's trade, and higher range at 8200. SGX Nifty, as suggested, is down by 99 odd points at just around 7800. It's quoting at 7786, indicating some kind of gap down opening can be expected in today's trade. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Now let's have a look at some of the trading ideas for the day. The first trading idea being Lupin. Lupin has got US FDA not for anti-inflammatory drug diclofenac sodium. Action to be taken in Lupin is long Lupin with a stop at 1792 for a target of 1884 and 1920. Edelweiss Tokyo Life has got FIPB approval for Tokyo Marine to raise stake to 49%. Edelweiss expects Tokyo bringing more rupees 500 crore in the next 3 months' time. Action to be taken here is long Edelweiss at the stop at 52.9 for a target of 55.60 and 56.70. On some of the news flow for today, US FDA has banned Dabur India's potato vegetable snack. Dabur is to submit additional info for its Alwa unit to US FDA. ILFS Engineering has bagged order for Rs 191 crore project for REC in UP. IOC has signed pact with Nepal Oil Corporation for 275 crore pipeline. LIC has bought nearly 90% of the OFS of Indian Oil shares and increased its stake in Indian Oil to 11.1% from 2.52% previously. Sadbhav Infra is looking to launch IPO on August 31st. It's a subsidiary of Sadbhav Engineering. Government is looking to infuse 5393 crore rupees in SBI through preferential allotment. IOB has fixed 41.37 as price per share for allotment of equity shares. Government is looking to infuse 2000 crore rupees over here also. Aman Offshore has 6 shareholders approval to raise 400 million through GDR, ADR, and another rupees 2500 crore rupees through QIP. Vedanta is to initiate the process of shutting aluminium refinery at Nanjigarh due to non-availability of bauxite and global metal turmoil. RBI rate cut hope has again increased as post-China rate cut plus release meeting details show 4 out of 7 members, advisory members support suggested rate cut in August 4 review meet. Government is looking to reach out to Congress for broad consensus on GST and discussing with all parties to call for a special parliamentary session. We have cabinet meeting today evening. Powermech IPO is to list today, and Arvind Infra IPO is to list today. On stocks with positive bias, we have Bank of India, Arvind and NMDC with positive bias, whereas with negative bias are Oriental Bank, Bharti Airtel and Divi's Lab. Stocks for investment are Aditya Birla Nuvo, HDFC Bank, Maruti, TCS and Ultratech. That's all friends from our side. Thanks and bye. Have a nice trading session.